What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RedOptionAgency.com. 23 years selling full-time on eBay. And it is Monday morning. Another week of living the dream. All right, got some stuff here to move out. We are at 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning. And it's time to get to work. Actually, I've been at work pulling orders, so now it's time to ship them. And you may hear Pee-wee snoring back there every once in a while. He's kind of loud this morning. All right, so last week, kind of down last week, 2.2%. Total sales, $5,545 last week. Selling cost only $47.7, so that's under 50 at least. With net sales at $2,506 for the week. But that's up 4%. So even though I was down total sales, my net sales were up. Last week just felt off, especially from the week before. The week before I was pushing about $1,000 a day. Last week, only pushing about $800. So even up until yesterday, I was doing pretty good in the morning, and then everything shut off at, I think it was 3. Like from 3 to about 6:30, nothing came through. But it appeared that during those 3.5 hours that I was shut out on Sunday, I'm guessing they were doing maintenance or something during the day. Figure that one out, because after they came back online, everything exploded. So I don't know what they did the middle of the day yesterday, but they did something. Because I was only, when I stopped working, or paying attention, I should say, I was still doing some work, but I thought I was only going to be pushing like $600 for the day by 2 a.m. And I ended at $953. So something exploded there at the end. So I'm not sure what they did. At 8 o'clock this morning, I'm at $85 right now on the main store. Last 31 days, down 0.5%. So whatever they did Sunday, September 15th, killed my sales about $200 a day. But then whatever they did midday yesterday, popped it back up. Hopefully that continues this week. Hopefully whatever felt like it was pushing me down last week will lift me up this week. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But how many items ended up selling yesterday? Because when I looked, I had like 7 organic. No, was it even 7? Maybe it was 7 organic sold. No, I guess that even changed. So I sold 75 items yesterday, but only 5 organic. That's sad. Nor if in comparison, 17 organic, 19 organic, 16 organic, 18 organic. So yeah, for 5 organic, something was off yesterday, and then it got an explosion at the end. So we'll start with the new store. It's a weird coincidence. The weekend on the new store, Saturday and Sunday, nothing. Not even offers to watchers, which is odd because I've always had that every day on this store. And the funny thing is the 2 days that are blank now mirror the 2 days that were blank 30 days ago, last month. So they're totally mirroring on those 2 days. And those are the only 4 days now within the last, I guess, the 35, 37 days of no sales and no sales, not even no offers to watchers. So it was just a weird coincidence that they mirrored each other like that. What does that mean? I have no idea, but it's just something's to it. Something's to it. But we're going to ship out some Urban Pipeline denim jeans on the new store. These sold for $34. So we're going to get these sent out. So what's been going on? Well, if you don't notice, I haven't noticed, or if I haven't promoted it enough, I had rebirthed 3 of my other channels, or 2 of my other channels. I've already lost count. So I had 3 channels going again. And then I decided, why not do a 4th? Why not do a 4th? C110. I probably got 1 item going to. Well, that could probably go UPS too. Oh wait, that's USPS priority mail flat rate envelope. Never mind. Okay, so we'll just go with this for now. But the other channels are just kind of like this one for the most part, is just me working and hitting record. Because now that I got everything kind of, I did. Make sure. I'll figure it out as I go. I can always take it off if I forgot something and do it later. Kids shipping labels. Because now that I got everything kind of balanced out and kind of like really tight-knit scheduled. Combine orders. It's kind of a little bit easier to throw things in there. We got a UK. And that's the only, nope, in Australia. So those are the only 2 overnight. So it's kind of a little bit easier to get things done. I just have to make myself, like on the weekend, it's take pictures, James, take pictures. Sometimes I'll just want to get back into listing, and I have to stop myself and go, no, take pictures, take pictures. And so I have to keep myself making sure that I stay on track with what the schedule tells me to do that day. Relaxing Guitar CD sold for $4, headed to New York, which is kind of hard for me because I like doing whatever I want to do. But the cool thing is I enjoy doing all of it. So once I start taking the pictures, I start enjoying it. So it's just making myself stay on that track, stay on the course. Caitlin. Don't like that marker. Next up, we've got Potter, the Symbol of Protection hat. Sold for $10.50. Headed to Massachusetts. But so as I was pulled items over to my desk to list them, that's where it started. I'm like, why don't I just record what's in this stack and make it about the stuff that I'm listing, and see if I can get people who might want to say, oh, I'll buy that, and can actually go right to my store and get it, or within the next hour or so after the video's up, basically the same day, basically. So I'm like, okay, so then I make that Pimp Master of Stuff channel and started recording what I'm actually listing at the moment. So with that channel, I wanted to kind of focus it, or try to focus it toward a buyer, or just a collector, or people who just like looking at the what's in the box type of things. So I'm trying to go that route with that channel, to bring in people other than resellers to watch it. Hopefully more buyers. Because one thing I've learned with this channel is anything I put up besides these kind of either talking videos or videos, well, basically talking videos, where I'm either talking about strategies or problems or just whatever on these morning ones, everything else just kind of gets bumped down. Nobody really watches them. You know, they don't get, maybe get half of the viewers that these videos get. So I'm like, well, let's move them off of that platform and try to aim them at somebody else, since the main, you know, the majority of resellers don't seem to be interested in those that I do. So let me try to create their own category for those. Totally Trippin', total cassette single. This is the morning of cassette singles. Sold for $4, headed to Los Angeles. So that's where I went with the pimpin' or Pimp Master stuff. And then I'm like, well, I still like doing the videos of, like, you know, what I just found at the yard sale, or what we just picked up at the bins, the ones that you see Jan on. And I'm like, well, let's make a channel for those too. So I went back to my Urban Picker channel for that. So the Urban Picker channel will be everything as it comes in raw form, basically, as I'm separating it out. You know, hats over here, CDs over here, cassettes over here. Next up, I've got 20 of these slot wall hanging hooks. Sold for $20, headed to Redmont, Washington. And then, so I'm like, okay, so then that channel, I can kind of aim at, like, if I do any kind of yard sale videos or thrift store videos, or what I picked up at the thrift store type of thing on that channel. So that'd be Urban Picker. And then maybe, you know, during summers or whatever, I can, or even without, even just trying to market that one toward a different type of viewer. then I know there's some of you out there who like the work with me videos with just some music, so you don't have to feel alone when you're working. Yeah. So I'm like, why don't I just find stationary places to actually set my second phone? And I don't have to do anything else other than just hit record, because I'm already doing the work anyway. So if there's no extra work with just hitting record or placing the phone somewhere and hitting record, then why not see if I can turn that channel into a monetized channel also? And then also try to eventually figure it out, try to make that channel toward people who, it ain't just resellers who use those type of channels. It's a lot of people who work from home who use those, just, or they'll use them for calming or just background noise or whatever. So try to point that channel, and it was called Reality of Reselling, so I changed it just to plain Work With Me. So, because a lot of the titles of the videos that people use are just called Work With Me's. So I just name the channel that. And so I'll try to point those in that direction. Eight by 6x4. USA Motor Parts. So this looks like it's going to an actual, probably, shop that's going to use them for either retail or their own in back of house hanging, actually getting used. Next up, we've got 12-inch pitch black, sold for $720, headed to Guam. Guam. Because now that I upped my charter speed, my hour videos are uploaded in like a minute. Before, trying to run all those different channels, it was a pain because I'd have one of my phones tied up for too long of 30, 45 minutes just to upload a video. And that, it just didn't work out well, because one phone is for one store and the other phone's the other store, depending on what I'm doing at the time. And it just tied up the phones, and I couldn't stay working. I'd have to kind of wait. John. So now that that's quicker, it makes it a lot easier. Next up, are you ready for a seal? Yeah. Universal Honey. Got 3 Universal Honey CDs. Did I forget one? We got Universal Honey self-titled. We've got Magic Basement. And I did forget one. It's right over here by Pee Wee. We got a tribute to Rod Stewart. And then C82 Universal Honey Earth Moon. Universal Honey Earth Moon. 2 of these were part of my Hastings buyout. I did. So let's see the other one. So my goal by mid-June is to not only just have to make $1,100 per day average, but 3 of the 4 channels monetized. So this one already is. So 2 more channels monetized by June. So that's the goal. So just a couple of little goals set for myself for next year. And I don't have any ones, do I? I thought I saw one. Oh, that's a big one. And being it's a whole lot easier to do now with the YouTube, should be something I'll stick to doing. Now if I can just start finding time to do some exercise. Get the business goal now. Let's figure out how to incorporate a personal goal in there. Maynard Ferguson, new vintage vinyl. Sold for $4, headed to Woods Cross, Utah. Because the first goal of the me is, I feel confident in saying it's, as of right now, it's 100% complete. That is my happiness, mental state. Past the whole death situations. Understanding that Courtney's time's probably going to be coming. Probably before the end of next year, she'll be gone. She's going, she's getting slower and slower every week. So coming to terms with that. So making sure I'm giving her a lot more attention lately and stuff, of course, it's still going to hurt. But I like preparing myself. Like with my mom, I prepared myself so it wasn't as hard. With my dad, it was just sudden. And with Vern, it wasn't sudden, but I wasn't prepared. So I've kind of experienced all 3. So I kind of know how to try to experience the next one. Lyle. So once that's all, since that's all like fixated now, I can start turning toward the physical and really paying attention to the physical. Next up, we got Kung Fu Hustle. I mean, I've already been there, kind of slowed down the food intake, if you will. But that really hasn't changed much on the body, which is odd. Kung Fu Hustle. So sold for $4, headed to Long Beach, California. Cut my calories back, but yet still haven't really cut any weight back. I cut a lot of the bloatness. I don't feel bloated anymore. I don't feel like, I just overate ever anymore. So that's all changed at least. now that's what I call music. 16. Sold for $4, headed to Virginia Beach, Virginia. What you do with my blue? There it is. So I got things to focus on, try to achieve. Well, I'm still waiting for that stupid Seller Champ company to freaking email me back. If they don't email me back by Wednesday, I'm just going to be like, look, refund my freaking money. I'm done with you. And I will just wait around for that other opportunity that hopefully will arise soon. So we already got that. Because right now I'm sitting on all my media, which is my quickest stuff to list. I'm setting it all aside and waiting for the use of the programs to list it a lot quicker. I'm just waiting. And I'm already paying for one and I still can't use it. Next up, we just got this purple blank cap. So for $9.50, headed to Michigan. So stay on my way. Next up, we've got a Dallas Cowboys belt. Sold for $7, headed to Oklahoma. I bought tons of these at the bins one time, and I left a ton of them behind. Probably like 3 or 4 different teams, because I knew it were going to be a long-term thing. I should have just bought them all, but I didn't. $7. Precious. Precious.
My precious.
These are selling lately. I've sold 2 different ones within this past week. We got the Jurassic Park head. Picked these up at the bins, super cheap because they're so light. Sold for $14, headed to South Carolina. What was the other one I just sold? I don't remember. Adrian shipped it, so I don't even remember which one it was. Let's see. Let's get you in here. You're going to fit in here. You're flexible enough. $7. 15, 7, 11. I just forget. 15, 11, 7. 15. I picked up last night on eBay. You can still make money on eBay by buying off eBay and selling on eBay. But, so whenever I have, like I'm in between doing something, I will refresh my search on eBay. I have an open window and it all set up to a certain search where I can buy lots of media. So this a lot of 8-tracks came up. Got Metallica 72 season CD. So for $13 headed to Tennessee. So a lot of 45 8-tracks pop up for $20 plus shipping. 45 subs, like, they were about 50 cents a piece. I'm like, okay, that's a good deal, because it said rock, and so I clicked on it, saw like a heart, I saw 2 AC/DCs, and then I saw Caddyshack soundtrack, and I just clicked, doop doop doop, buy, because the Caddyshack soundtrack on 8-track can sell anywhere from $20 to $60, depending on which stickers on it and the condition and stuff. So that one 8-track should get my whole money back on that. And after I bought it, I checked, and it looked like a couple had already sold, so it looks like it's a pretty consistent seller. So should get my money back pretty quick on that lot. Plus AC/DC on 8-track usually sells pretty quick too. Tiffany. Next up, are you ready for a cassette single lot? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoops. You're not part of that, and I don't think you're part of that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, maybe you are a part of that. All right, let's double check here, make sure we've got everything in. We got Look at the Girl with the Daisy Dukes on. Daisy Dukes by Deuce. Look at the Girl with the Daisy Dukes on. We got Janet, Miss Jackson, If You're Nasty. We got the one and only LL Cool J. Did you hear this new song with Eminem? That's a pretty damn good song. That was a good song. All right, not that one, but his new ones. I was pretty shocked. I was like, what? Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Unbreak. Silk, Freak Me. 95 South. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Keith Sweat, Twisted. LSG, My Body. DRS, Gangsta Lean. The Gangsta Lean. New Edition. That's a New Edition. And Mary J. Blige. Remember working in a record store, Shy. Singles were a rage back in the day, man. Especially R&B and rap singles. They'd come out before the album came out, and people would always come in just to get that new single. I want that one song that's played on that one video, or played on that one commercial that goes like, woo, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I want that Woot song. Do you know who does it? I want that single. I want that song. You mean 95 South. Woot, there it is. Okay. We'll get you the single. You want CD or cassette? I want both. Yeah, people would buy both. 1-1. Bedell. Next up, we've got chicken foot. So for $4, headed to Bowling Green. We got Joe Satriani. We've got Mark Anthony. We've got Sammy Hagar. And we got Chad Smith. Boom, boom. Let me get a little support on this. Headed to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green, Kentucky. I just watched something that somebody was from Bowling Green. But Bowling Green, Missouri, I believe it was. Who was it? I remember now. I remember what I was watching. Next up, Rick Ashley. Never gonna let you up. Never gonna give you up. Never. I had to think there for a second. So for $15, headed to North Dakota. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Josh. Next up, Sister 7. So for $360, headed to Texas. I need a... For Mark. Next up, my last one, Metallica, 72 Seasons. So for $10, headed to Nashville. This thing has been returned 2 or 3 times. If it gets returned again, I'm done with it. And I took a very low offer, hoping that they don't return it this time. All right, we've got this Christmas set here. And it does got broken pieces in it. And it is stated and is pictured as such. So I took an offer for $40 this time. So they better keep it. They better keep it, because I'm done with it. If they want to return it, I'm going to tell them to keep it and just give them their damn money back. I'm done with it. Whoops, wrong thing. 11, 10. So we got 24 by 15 by 9. 24, 15, 9. All right, going to Tennessee. Angela. I put the sticker on the tape, so don't be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're using it. You didn't cover the box. It's on the tape, so it doesn't hurt the box if they like the box also. Okay, next up, A Time to Kill. So for $4, headed to Frontenac, Kansas. These things always are a pain in the butt to get in these little ones. You all right back there? Just shifting. For Daryl. Next up, are you ready for a CD lot? To Circus Soleil. Circus du Soleil. Circus Soleil. Circus Soleil. Circus Soleil. The more you try to say something, the more you mess it up. It's $4 a piece. Angie. Next up, we've got Aaliyah CD. So for $4.50, headed to Panama City, Florida. That would be, if you don't already do it, most people kind of know, like, whatever you're an expert in, like, where you can make a split-second decision and it be right 95% of the time. Put that item in, type lot in on eBay, get yourself a nice search going, hit it newly listed, leave that window open. If you work at your computer, every time you get a chance, go hit refresh, kind of page through, see if there's anything you can grab immediately that you know you can make your money back on one item as soon as it gets here, type of thing. So it's a good way to source. It's a good way to keep, new merchandise constantly coming in. You never know what you're going to get. Those Metallica CDs were part of the Target clean out of the media that they got rid of. Somebody got it, I guess, maybe in a bulk or in a Gaylord or something. So I bought a bunch of that stuff. The Aaliyah was from that. Next up, are you ready for a CD lot? Yeah. Most of you guys already know that kind of stuff anyway. But are you doing it? Eddie Rabbit. We got Creedence Clearwater Revival disc only. Jethro Tull. And Jerry Clower. 5, 6, 5, 350. Buy 2, get 2 free. Willie. Can't choose Willie because Willie won't go. All right. Shipping cost today, $120.47. We're waiting. And waiting. And waiting. Spinning wheel of death. Prince of Les Bars. Got a couple of basic international stuff I'm gonna do. I'll just do off camera. Billy Crystal's DVD, and you can pronounce that one. I'll save that one for you. I should have did my test, or see if I beat my record on length. I'm gonna need another tote here. Let's drop it in. Drop it in, drop it in. I've been just trying to think of ways to like make compelling videos, right? Like when you're not like negatively charged with the problems with eBay and the emotion comes through a video and people can grasp onto it because they feel that anger and that pain and that suffering also that eBay gives them. It's very hard for me to find another emotion that garners such views. Like, my happy ones don't. My just chill ones don't. So it's like, how do I recapture that? Just in a normal video that I'm just happy. I'm just content. I'm just loving it. I'm just enjoying it, you know? Like I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just building. Maybe that's the key. Building. Maybe find a way to build off the building part. Expansion, building, growth.
My precious.
And when the winds cry, Angela, Angela, I'll be there for you. And when the storms scream, Angela, Angela, I'll be there. Oh, Angela, oh, Angela. John and Guam. USA Motorsports. Hair was tickling my ear. I hope that was a hair and not a bug. I don't know where the bug would have come from if it was a bug. Bugaboo. Peekaboo. I see you. Alright. Boink, boink, boink. Boink. Alright, just a couple international. I got a few CDs to resurface and then I'm off to the post office. And then I'll be putting out videos today on... Well, I've got one every day set up for... I gotta think which one. I'm getting confused. All right, so the Urban Picker one. So I got one set up every day for Urban Picker. So that comes out about 11 a.m. I've got a couple of work with me set up for noon, maybe. And then so today I'll be putting out videos on Pimp Master of stuff. The stuff that I'm actually listing today. I think I got that right. All the links are below if you want to join the other channels. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.